Hey there, folks. Welcome to all KYC members and other interested onlookers. Some updated information about the what's going on with the yacht club. I've got the notes here from Commodore Ian, and I guess the first bit of news is quite exciting. I think that the boat ramp. So we've been working on fixing the boat ramp for quite some time, and a club member who actually owns the marina directly on the end of the boat ramp, Richard Woolley, offered to lend a hand and fix it. Not only did he fix it, he had a tip truck, he had an excavator, and he had a concrete slab. and so he used all of those things and got the excavator down there, and there was a big hole on the sort of starboard side if you were backing your boat in, that in low tides the wheel would go into. That's all been filled in. The slab's been pushed in, and some rocks have been put around it to fill up all the gaps. So fundamentally, the boat ramp is going to be significantly more usable for the trailer boats in the club, particularly at low tide. It was a very, very low tide when they did it. We were there, as you can see, with the footage, and I suspect you probably wouldn't be able to get any boat in and out at low tide. There wasn't a whole lot of water at the end of the boat ramp, but at least when it is lowish tide and you're putting your trailer boat in and out now, at least it won't drop into that big hole that was there. So thank you so much to Richard. Very, very generous and terrific of him to do that for the club. Speaking of the ramp, the club has a range of boats on trailers which can be used by members, particularly young members, as they develop their sailing skills. And it sounds like we've been given a second Flying 15, which the club is offering to young members. What I suspect that means is there's already a Flying 15 in the club, owned by one of the members, but we have had a Flying 15 donated to the club, I'm sure. And if I'm wrong, Mr. Commodore Ian, let me know and I'll fix it in another video, but I think we've only been given one Flying 15. But we've also got the I-550 as well, which we're encouraging young members to sail on. So if you want to use one of the club boats for racing during next season, or even the winter series, I guess, reach out to Commodore Ian to put a plan together as to how that might happen. Last Sunday, we did, I think it must be our fourth competent crew course, the second day. And yet again, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of wind, but it was a very, very pleasant day and all of the students really enjoyed it. So we've had several groups go through the competent crew course. And there's a bunch of people lined up for the next one already, which could be held within the next few weeks, I guess. It's a really great way just to learn the basics about safety, how to enjoy and be competent in a crew. And it seems that many of the people going through this course are joining up as club members. Some are even buying their own boats, which is great to see. But I suggest that even if you've had crew members sailing on your boat for a little while, I would encourage you to encourage them to jump through this course, because it's quite difficult to learn the details and the nuances of being a competent and a safe crew when you're racing. Like, you jump on the boat, we've got to get the boat ready, we're going out on the course, then the start gun goes and, you know, we're getting into competitive mode. Whereas doing the course, it gives them 2 full days to be on a boat without the pressure, to really understand how things work, what things are called, and how to get around a boat safely and competently, and how to work as a team to be able to crew your boat. So I would be encouraging everybody or anybody who has crew that's sort of fairly new and green to consider jumping on one of these courses. It can only help them enjoy their sailing more and be more safe. Also, the club is organising a first aid course. It's likely to be held late July. We need about 12 people to make it viable. I think the cost is the person doing it, Mark, who's going to run the course, is giving the club a significant discount, but we still need around about 12 people just to make it very inexpensive for the participants. I've just done my refresher, my CPR refresher with Mark, who is going to run the course. He is very, very good. I've done a number of courses and refreshers with him, and every time I do the refresher, it kind of reminds me how important this is to keep your skills up. I would be even considering going to this course, even though I've done my course and done the refresher, because when you get asked the questions about, what are the details of the process for first aid, if you're not refreshing them regularly, it's very, very easy to forget. At least that's what, my personal experience is. They ask questions and go, oh, hang on, is that really the right answer? So I don't think you can refresh this too much. And if you haven't done a first aid course in a while, I really encourage you to do that. So again, reach out to Ian to let him know your interest in that first aid course. And I highly, highly recommend that you get along to that. The more, the better in these courses. I think that's all. So the next step, I think, is to get the pontoon. So that's the next project, is to get the pontoon out and moored at the end next to the boat ramp and have it connected to the end of the land there. There's a bit of a concrete slab I think it's going to be bolted to, so we'll have a little walkway to out onto the pontoon, so the trailer boats can come along, tie up to the pontoon while they go and get their trailer, which makes it a lot easier than going into a berth and running around and doing all that sort of stuff. So all good stuff, all progress. Thanks for listening. We'll be back in another week or so with another update. That is all. Bye for now.